Hello. I recently done one of these rants, and I kind of said that things were not going 100% brilliantly, and didn't go into details about it, but I did get some lovely comments, and that's why I just wanted to come on and say thank you very much. You know, there is a number of different types of viewer. Some viewers are with you when the times are good, and when the times are bad, they don't want to know. But I have a lot of viewers that do reach out and stuff when things are not so brilliant, and I want to thank you all very much. Had a stressful couple of days, but I've had to make a couple of phone calls, and they went a little bit better than I actually expected. So sometimes I worry about things, and the worst case scenario comes into my head before an outcome emerges, and it's a habit I need to get out of, you know. But you know, I just wanted to say massive thanks. I mean, like, people have made a massive effort in their comments, you know, and one of the comments actually says, "Sorry for writing a book." And, you know, to me, the longer a comment is, well, you know, people have taken time to write that big long comment. And there has been a couple of very long comments, and you know, for them to take the time to reach out to me, you know, it's fantastic. You know, I did get feedback too about the live podcasts. You know, people are missing the live podcasts, which was Ghost and Coffee, breakfast podcasts. People are missing those. I'm sorry about that, but we will try and get back to it, because I actually missed them too. And, you know, I did say in comments about those podcasts that people do podcasts because in YouTube terms, it brings in the views. Live podcasts seems to be the thing with YouTube, where it brings in more views than actual videos. But we don't do it for that. I mean, we, as a team, we get together to discuss the paranormal, and we interact with each other, because, you know, the people that have been on the panel, we've been isolated in our own way. And it's not about the views, it's about the interaction, the conversation, and that's the important thing for us. And hopefully we can get back to it in some sort of way when I feel a little bit better. Do you know, when you're not at your best, sometimes your confidence kind of takes a little bit of a hit. You don't want to be on camera, and that's why sometimes you would see videos where the person making the video doesn't actually come on camera, you know. When people do that, don't give them a hard time, because you just don't know what kind of emotions how hard it is to do videos, to make videos. Being on camera is easy for some. It's not so easy for others, you know. But in an age where a lot of people, you see true sides of human behaviour. You see a lot of bad behaviour. I see a lot of bad behaviour where I live, and actually it adds to the situation. But you see when you see the good nature of people, it certainly helps a lot, you know. And I think when it comes to YouTube, you know, if somebody was to start up a YouTube channel right now, you know, what advice would you give? I'd say be yourself. People make YouTube videos and they sometimes end up with a lot of subscribers, and it gets to their head. Next thing, their personality gets hidden and they put on a persona, and they make themselves bigger or different than what they are inside. I think in my situation, and where I'm doing the paranormal stuff, being honest and being myself, it does help, because honesty attracts honesty, and that's why I've got good viewers. I don't have a huge amount of viewers, but that's not what it is about. What it is for me. If I only had 10 people that seen my videos, it doesn't matter. It's the quality over quantity, you know. And certainly I'm blessed, you know. Over the last, since 2017, I haven't had much hassle. And, you know, some people get bullied and some people get bullied off YouTube, and people say horrible things. You know, people say you have to be open to criticism. When you make videos for the public, you have to be open to criticism. Yes, I get a couple of things I don't pay any attention to. But the most valuable thing about my channel is the people that watch. Yeah, I've lost some. You know, I've had to stop investigating for a while. Those people lost interest. They didn't want to stick with me. That's fine. But the ones that have, you know, I'm grateful for, you know. We do lose some viewers and that. It's not you know, people say, oh, I lost 10 subscribers today, I lost 5 subscribers today. There's a reason why you lost them subscribers. You know? It's just that your content wasn't for them. You know? It just didn't suit them. So you're better off just letting them go. But certainly, I couldn't say thank you by just doing a community post and saying thanks for those nice messages. I felt like I had to. I'd rather do it in a video. You know, be personal about it. Can I get in there by any chance without killing anyone? No, a learner driver in front of me going really slow. But I'll give them space. The weather's terrible, folks. The autumn is certainly coming. We're heading into autumn here. Fucking summer has disappeared very quickly. 2 summers have disappeared very quickly. Now they're going very, very slow. People are very impatient. Now they're coming up to a roundabout now and they're flipping scared. Don't worry about it. Take your time. I'm not in a hurry either. Some people are impatient when they see learner drivers. Oh, they're going so slow and everything. You gotta think. These people had to start somewhere. We all had to start somewhere. Staying off the curb, staying off the curb. You see somebody going close to the curb like that, their confidence is taking a hit. But I'm just thinking, this person learning how to drive, and they're having a lesson, and it looks by the looks of things, they're at the very, very slow stages, and they've slowed down to a crawl now, and I'm keeping the same distance behind. They're going to feel like $1 million when they go home tonight after their lesson, you know, and it gives them that boost of confidence. Oh, they're coming up to the roundabout now. They've stopped miles before the roundabout. Don't worry about it. Okay, I'm going to indicate. Oh. But, I'm just coming back from Rachel's house. I just thought I would pop on and say thank you very much. You know, had a very stressful couple of days, and certainly those comments helped me a while lot. So, you know, I've replied, I think, to most of the messages at this stage, but I'd just rather just say it, you know. Folks, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to sit down and relax for the evening because I have this cramp on the side of my head that's really, really sore. I can't even touch my ear. But before this weather turns to winter, I do want to get a few things done. A few investigations. Rachel wants to do that too. I know I keep saying it, but we really want to do it. Hopefully we'll have some good days coming into the winter and that, and we'll get some of the places done that we wanted to do. Actually, let me turn this off for a second. We were discussing how to move forward with the paranormal, and I says to Rachel, I says, I don't want to move forward with the ghost huntery type stuff that you see on the television. And I says, one of the inspirations is a series on history, History Channel, The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch, where the person that bought Skinwalker Ranch hired a team of scientists to get involved in trying to get to the bottom of the strange activity that's happening on Skinwalker Ranch. And they have this little home base and stuff, and all this equipment and stuff, and the way they approach it, you know, you don't see any cheap REM pods or stuff like that in this. And I thought, will we, you know, could we get inspiration from something like that, even though we're not scientists? So she went to try and find it, and she couldn't find that particular channel, the History Channel. There was a couple of episodes on YouTube, but they have been taken down because they're property of the History Channel, who have their own channel but only put out little snippets, little important snippets of different episodes and stuff like that. You're not going to get a whole episode. So now, I did see a whole episode before, but it looks like it's been taken down because it's copyrighted. But I thought it was great. So we couldn't find it, so we decided we'd look at something else, and I can't remember what it was. And I can't remember the name of the team or the program. It was like Ghost Asylum or something like that. And within 20 seconds I went, here we go again. The same old stuff. And I was left in disbelief. What they did was, there's this team, there was about 6 guys in this, and they were going around, and it's a contract for a TV show, it looks like, and they're going around with this K2 meter, and they had the K2 meter sitting on a table, and they were going, wow, we're getting hits and all the rest of it. About 2 inches away from them, on the top end of the K2 meter, where the sensor is, was a recorder that was, it looked like it was recording. There was a light on in it, and I'm thinking to myself, I was left dumbfounded. They were going, wow, we're getting these hits, and this recorder running. And I was thinking, do you not think that the recorder has something to do with the flipping K2 hits? You know, after all, the speaker inside, the mechanism is flipping magnetic. This microphone inside has a magnet, and it's an electronic device that's 2 inches away from the flipping sensor and that. And then they went in and they had 2 nights of this. So they finished the first night, and they said, do you know what we need to do? We need to try and capture capture one of the spirits in the asylum. So the next day anyway, they go to the hardware store and they buy some flipping plastic piping, some wires, batteries, some sheet metal and some wood, and they made a Tesla coil, and they put a pyramid on top. They built this pyramid out of wood and sheet metal, plates of sheet metal, and right on the top of it they had this pyramid, a crystal pyramid sitting on the top of it. And the plan was that the energy coming off the Tesla coil was going to attract spirits And crystal draws energy, so when the spirit comes to the Tesla coil, when they come near the crystal is going to trap them. And I'm thinking, Jesus, oh, fuck's sake. You know, I'm thinking, do you know, here I am trying to look for inspiration. I'm seeing more and more bullshit. After the investigation was finished anyway, they set up this pyramid thing inside the asylum, mental health hospital. And after they had finished, that after the investigation, you have the analysis in their office and stuff like that. And they were in this workshop and they had the laptop and played a few EVPs that they captured and all the rest of it. And then they had this big steel box with a camera in it and a voltage meter. And then they says, well, it's time now to see if the crystal has trapped any spirits. So they put the crystal in the metal box and they rig it up with some voltage meter and this night vision camera. And I'm thinking, oh, what the hell? And then they go, oh, no voltage reading there and no temperature change. There was a temperature gauge in there. And it looked very complicated. There was all these buttons and everything. And all it done was red temperature and red voltage. And there was a visual camera. Like a little security camera. This is, well, they tried to be scientific. But I just could see through the whole flipping thing. It says, oh, there's no voltage reading and the temperature hasn't gone up or down. So I don't think we got any ghosts. And I'm thinking, what the oh, God. Stuff like that does not age well. Do you know? I don't want to go down that route. I know sometimes, way back in the beginning when we weren't used to this, and you got to remember, we're still new to being investigators. I have more man hours put into ITC than actual investigations. I'm thinking, when I move forward, I don't want the investigations to age very badly, like some of these TV shows have. And it was so cringy. But we didn't get to see any episodes. We couldn't even find the channel for The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. But it might be on my Fire Stick. I hope I can get to see them. Certainly, I'm not saying more down to earth. Down to earth in the way that they see the paranormal. They're not jumping to conclusions, and scientific studies do the talking, not myths and legends and guessing because they heard somebody else say, well, for example, MERS trap spirits and stuff. I actually seen another program where they actually made a box out of MERS to try and trap the ghost and stuff. And I go, fucking hell. It's a difficult one. When you think about, we're not scientists either, like, But, the last couple of weeks I've taken a break from the paranormal and be watching other things to clear my head. And I sort of had to do that. And it's not that I don't like the paranormal. I needed to clear my head to focus on moving forward. people do say, oh, there's too much paranormal drama on YouTube and stuff, and I don't think I want to do this anymore, and it discourages me in doing it. It's got nothing to do with you. Just stay out of it. Just concentrate on what you're doing yourself. And if you lose viewers to the drama, maybe you're better not having them, But certainly, why can't we have a TV show that doesn't work off the same script? Because what I'm seeing with TV shows, now don't get me wrong, some of it's entertaining. I watch the Ghost Adventures and a few things like that. But the script seems to be all the same. They go to a place where there's a horrible, evil history, and they use that for their story, and then they use that to jump to conclusions. It's a tricky one. How do I move forward without being that cringy? Because I certainly don't want to do that, But I've talked long enough. I think I'll go in, because I'm going to sit down and have a cup of tea. I'm going to go and play some PlayStation 2. I rooted out some of my PlayStation 2 games. I was going to do a video, say, well, I'm going to do something different today. Here's Colin McRae Rally that I bought for £2 a couple of years ago. Let's give it a wee spin and that. I thought I better do some practice first before I make a fool of myself on camera. And I started this little short rally and that. Well, I hit every corner in the flipping track. By the time the car went over the finish line, both bumpers were hanging off. There was a dent in every single panel on the car. There was no windows left. So that's how well that had gone. So it's safe to say that I'm a bit rusty on the old games. Now in the modern era, there's these online games, and what are we, PlayStation 5 or 6 or whatever. I'm stuck in the 1990s. I still have the PlayStation 2. And you go into a charity shop and you get a PlayStation 2 game for 50p to £2. And I don't play games that often, but I thought I'd just do something different. But I don't think there'll be any games on my channel just yet, because I haven't played the PlayStation in about 4 years, and I am very rusty, so yeah. So anyway, folks, I just wanted to say thank you, and I blabbered on with more stuff, but I'm feeling a little bit better than I was this morning. I was feeling very bad this morning, very, very stressed. When one thing happens and then something else happens and something else happens, and you have to try and deal with it all at the same time. It's just one thing after another. And hopefully things will work out. It's just when it comes to dealing with certain authorities, it's just a shame that you have to keep chasing after them all the time, or just do your job. They've done the job right in the first place, then they wouldn't have to blame everybody else around them. I don't know. But anyway, folks, I'm going to go in and relax for the evening. Probably go to bed early. This kind of cramp on the side of my head, I get it every so often, and it's pretty sore. you know, in around the ear and the neck area and stuff like that. When my head is fully cleared from all the stress, we will get out and get something done. I'll find a way, you know. Can't walk very far, but if there's a will, there's a way, you know. So I'll see you the next time. And again, thank you very much. Bye.